Did you know that the future of medicine is going to be heavily dependent upon artificial intelligence? I'm sure most of you do. Fortunately, I just came back from a 4-day conference at Abundance 360 that was hosted by Pierre Diamandis, one of the top 50 thought leaders in the United States and the world. He brought together a group of over 70 different professionals. Each one was like a 15-minute TED Talk, talking about the future. Most of that future had to do with being longevity, being alive long enough to enjoy the future, doing the right things to keep us alive, but also a lot with artificial intelligence. And today we're very lucky. In our pocket, we have a computer that is stronger than any computer that the President of the United States had 10 years ago. So as a tea laborer in Sri Lanka can open up his computer and within 5 or 6 years, if he has a really good idea, become a billionaire at the age of 26. I've met people like this at Abundance 360, people who came from nothing, that through the power of digital technology and digitization, which is affecting all of us, have been able to amass tremendous amount of following, energy, and ideas. And a lot of it has to do with AI. I've recently incorporated AI into our practices. We're doing it to gather information. It's sometimes as simply as using apps like ChatGPT or Grok, or some of the other ones, made by other large companies. And there's about 7 or 8 of them that you can just download onto your phone. Today in our practice, we use ChatGPT before any of our meetings. We talk about the future. We use it to plan our study clubs. We use it to write letters. We use it to organize our thoughts. And it's almost like, as my creative director, Jose, says, it's like having a personal assistant right in your pocket, or sort of someone who you can bounce some ideas off of. Now, it doesn't run my life, but it does give me some ideas to make my life a little bit better. So if you're not using one of these AI-driven devices on a daily basis, you're missing out. You're missing out the opportunity to make you better at what you do. There are technologies that are probably going to be in all of our offices very soon. Something like Overjet, which my friend Dr. Bob Fiella, a company that he helped found, that looks at radiographs, treatment planning, diagnostic tools. And there's some data out that 85% of the diagnostic decisions made in a computer-assisted world are more accurate than those of the doctors themselves. And how can we totally keep up with all the information that's out there? Everybody is Googling things. People are wearing things on their hands and on their wrists. I wear an Oura Ring, which tells me how well I sleep, which tells me my heart rate, my blood pressure. When do I sleep in REM? When do I get up? What's my deep sleep? It tells me all of that information, how long before I go to sleep. And since I've been wearing this ring, which has been about 7 or 8 years, I sleep more. Why? Because of the ring? No, because it gives me the data and the feedback to know that maybe I should be going to bed earlier. Maybe I wasn't getting 7 hours a night. And what I found from looking at the experts, people like Mark Walker, who wrote a tremendous amount of books on sleep. He's a professor at the University of California. He talks about the importance of sleep. And he has scientific data that says if we're not sleeping 7, 8 hours a night, we're probably not performing at our optimal level. A lot of us brag about not getting enough sleep because we don't need to sleep. We're stronger than that. But we need sleep. It's one of the 4 essential blocks of staying healthy: sleep, diet, exercise, and mindfulness. Now, there are others that are out there as well, like a sense of community, connecting with others, having a sense of purpose. These are all really important, and those things have been written by Dan Buettner in the Blue Zones. But what does that have to do with AI? Well, AI gives us some feedback of what's going on in the world. And the more we know what's going on in the world, our world, the better we're able to respond to it. Now, what's the future of medicine going to be like if it's all going to be driven by AI? Are doctors going to be alleviated? No, but they're going to be minimized in what they do in the future. A lot of people are going to be wearing wearables. They'll be looking at their blood sugar, glucose monitors, blood pressure. An Apple Watch can now take in your EKG, so you know what your heart rate is doing during the day. I was talking to a friend the other day, and I said, "What's going on with your heart rate?" He goes, I'm in AFib. He knew from his watch. Before you'd have to go to see a physician and have that done. So we're going to get a lot more feedback from these devices, and we're still going to need a physician or doctor, a surgeon to do surgical procedures with the assistance of robots, of course, and artificial intelligence. But the doctor's going to be doing something that I think is really important. They're going to be able to show us empathy. They're going to be able to connect with us because still, right now, we still need that human connection. Maybe in the future we won't need it, or we won't be aware that we need it. We'll be living in some metaverse, some altered, universe that we're not even. Maybe I'm in an altered universe right now. I don't know. Probably not. I don't think I am. But if I was, would I know it? So these are all interesting questions. So what does that have to do with how do we live our lives today? Don't be afraid of the technology that's out there. If you don't know much about it, embrace it. This is my year of AI. This is the year that I'm going to embrace AI. I'm going to learn as much about it as possible because it's a phenomenal tool. And if you're not an early adopter, I strongly encourage you to be one. It's not going away. As Peter Diamandis says, there'll be two types of companies in the future, those that use AI and those that wish they did because they're no longer in business. What kind of business are you in? Are you going to be the most effective at what you do? So incorporate AI into your practices today, into your lives. You'll be blown away. So if you don't have ChatGPT on your phone, it's free. You can pay for it if you'd like. You can pay up to $200 a month for it. But the intro version is free. You'll get a lot of information from that. Every large company, from Google to Meta, all of them have an app for that. So using it will make you better at who you are so that you can be better to the people that you serve and become the gift. Have a great day, everybody.